Monitor the bot and its tether for any unexpected glitches.
I'm a bit nervous today because I have to keep my attention focused on the ROV and the tether. I'm not going to be focused on the fish, and that makes me nervous. Well, I'm not sure if the fish are going to be freaked out by this thing. You know, you get something that makes noise in the water. I have a feeling that they're all going to completely become interested.
On top of watching the sharks and the camera, Terry's got to keep an eye on two unruly communication cables.
Safety is the key here. If that fiber optic cable gets kinked, it'll break, it'll be all over for the ROV. We're going to have to be in there to make sure that doesn't get snagged on any of the artificial coral, or even worse, on one of the sharks, because that poses a hazard to the animal life in the tank. It also poses a hazard to the ROV.
While the focus will be on keeping the animals safe, Terry's got his priorities straight.
Am I worried about the safety of them? Sure. I'm worried about the safety of me.
Testing 1, 2, 3. I can hear you. It's weak, but I can hear you.
You're making me think about it, and I'm getting nervous. Today is Tuesday. They feed the sharks on Wednesday. It's going to be a little early meal, if you know what I'm saying.
Terry and diver Brian slip into the tank, and the ROV is lowered in above them. Brian keeps a careful eye on the sharks to see how they're reacting. Then he gives Terry the okay to proceed. Everything seems fine so far, and the ROV begins its test run. As they make their way along the tank floor, the ROV is carefully fed more cable as it follows along beside them.
Hey Terry, this is Oz here. Do you read me?
I read you.
How's the tether looking down there, Terry? No problems?
The tether appears to be okay. We're keeping a tight eye on the starfish.
With the cable tangling not a problem, they check the ROV's high-definition output, and for Zaz, the camera really captures the feeling.
It looks really cool from up here. It's just like we're another diver in the tank with you.
The bot and camera are both working locally without a hitch.
Everything appears to be okay.
But just as soon as they're about to move on to a long-range communications test, a sandbar shark swoops in with Terry in its sights. The team of engineers is in the final test of their one-of-a-kind virtual sea adventure. The sharks have become agitated, and they're threatening Terry to the point where he's in grave danger.
For safety reasons, we decided to go ahead and abort the dive.
And Terry's been seriously spooked.
As the sandbar was coming by, it started opening its mouth, which means that they were getting aggravated and going to attack.
Wow.
So they were like out. I just BC, inflated, gone.
So is that to do with the ROV, or is that you just a natural talent of yours for aggravating sharks?
I'm done.
Wow.
I am not getting back in there.
And cautioned by the Six Flags Shark Tank staff, Terry and Zaz call it a day.
Safety is the key here. We need to pull out and leave things alone for a little while.
Gonna let all the fish, have a nice relaxing evening.
But with communications still untested, unanswered questions for their demonstration tomorrow loom heavy.
And we're going to go into the final deadline day a little bit flying blind in that case.
But at the end of the day, Terry's happy to have a story to tell the grandkids.
I mean, this is an experience. This is a great experience.
I bet you're going to remember that shark with its mouth open for a while.
I certainly am. Do I want to do it again? No.
So the team packs it in for the night. But early the next day, they return, undaunted in their mission to complete this project on schedule. To begin, Joe and Mike unload the dome and hardware at the dolphin tank they'll be using for the sea cave.
I'm pretty excited to finally get all of these pieces together and just see how this whole sea cave experience is going to turn out.
Yeah. Bam.
We've tested the individual components on their own, but this is the day where we get to see it all out there and see if it works.
Then Terry and Zaz make their way to the shark habitat. But after yesterday, Terry won't be going in the water.
I woke up today not feeling it. I'm creeped out today, so I'm not getting into the tank.
But Admiral Terry's still on board, as long as Zaz is doing the diving.
We're going to put Zaz in the water, and we're going to drop the ROV and do the real test.
But first, Zaz links the entire system together through Joe's factory fresh circuit board.
We've run our own network all the way across Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, from the dolphin tank all the way over here to Shark.
And after a quick camera test, the team knows that they've got a winner.
Oh, and it's God, no!
Next, Joe and Mike suit up
It's all wet and stinky.
and dive in. And Terry and Joe Andreas help lower the dome into position.
All right, go down.
And while Joe puts the scooter control carefully into place and grips the handles to see how it feels, outside in the darkened enclosure,
Welcome to the cave. I could go. It's 50 and a quarter.
Mike and guest builder Travis start setting up the projector. Back at the shark tank, the camera's mounted to the ROV.
We're going to send the ROV in.
Terry carefully drops it in.
Are you ready, Zaz?
Ready.
And taking Terry's place, Zaz joins the ROV among the sharks.
I'm going to be in the water with the sharks, managing the ROV from underneath, because Terry had kind of a bad experience.
And then it's time for the first official test of the Prototype This Sea Cave. As the tarp is pulled over the pool, plunging the cave into total darkness, Joe floats, ready to receive the signal.
Okay, we're all in position over here. Are you in position there?
I'm in the position that I want to be in, outside of the tank.
Stand by.